Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition 06 War for Cybertron Starscream. You can see him there in front of the box. We'll go and put him off the side real quick and take a look at that box. And yep, well, you got Starscream with kind of the in-game, well, not the model, but some of the artwork for the game right there. You got the 06 right there, the little D-pad and everything, Transformers, and the little window, War for Cybertron logo, and Takara Tomy, and Studio Series and Silver and all that stuff, and 8+ and Hasbro. You got War for Cybertron up here. You got, of course, you know, close-up of him in Voyager class on this side. On this side, you have another picture of him in the little D-pad again, and the authentic Transformers. On the bottom, you have some manufacturing details of what's included. And on the back, you have copyrights, warnings, and product shots. And hey, look, he's got a backdrop. And yeah, Starscream and Seekers are tasked with reactivating an ancient Energon bridge. And yeah, of course, said backdrop is included inside the box. Underneath the tray he's tied to. Got this box, which, yep, it's mine has a weird thing on it. And yeah, you got the fold out and everything, and there you go. He's got a bit of the scene from the game, and of course you can stand him there if you want, or you can do what I do and recycle it. He also has instructions, which they're pretty good, I guess, and there you go. They're not the most amazing, but, you know, it's pretty clear what you're supposed to do. So, Starscream. This Gamer Edition Starscream has definitely inspired discussion. Getting in close, though, before we get into some of the other stuff. Yeah, you got the head there, you know, nice little scowl. Kind of a bit of a bluish color for his head, which is interesting. He has little vents, which these are separate pieces in the box, but, you know, hopefully they'll be in a, I believe they're in a paper bag in the back of the box or something, taped to the back of the box. So yeah, or not the box, the insert. But, yeah, they just attach those. Those are pretty straightforward. You got the gray, you got the, well, the cockpit chest, maybe not exactly how people imagine it, but you got the blue forearms with a bit of silvery detailing, gunmetal-ish detailing right there. You got the red, more blue and gray and red, and you got the little thruster feet. He's got his backpack, but, you know, it's the Seeker stuff. He's got his things, rabbit ears. His vent thing right there. This does not have it in the light, but yeah, you got his little wings. You got his tail fins, all that stuff all back here as it's supposed to be. Cleans up actually pretty nice, all things considered. And there you go. So, the big thing here, though, is the cockpit chest. As you can see, it is kind of wide. A lot of people are kind of upset over that. There's a reason for it. Some people kind of argue about it. I wish, though, yeah, I kind of wish it was, like, you know, thinner. So, like, if these bits were cut off on the sides, there's probably going to be stickers or something that go over these. It's kind of a different plastic. This is kind of a, almost, not the rubbery, but the kind of that rougher plastic. It's almost rubbery, but not quite. But it's kind of, if those bits were like covered up with stickers, this would be like probably look a lot better to a lot of people, just these outer bits, because it is kind of wide. This is the weird thing, though. So here's the weird thing. I don't think he looks bad. Like, it's actually a good looking figure. The problem is it's not mostly because of this, it's not accurate to the game. And considering this, the whole thing about the Studio Series line is screen accuracy, that's a bit of a problem. Like, it's not a bad figure. By any means, I think. I actually think it's a good-looking figure, but it's not correct. And that's a problem. It's supposed to be screen accurate. It's the closest to screen accurate possible, and they didn't do the cockpit right. Like, this is, like, the most, like, the biggest in-your-face thing there, and it's like, and it's wrong. I'm not going to let that hurt my enjoyment of the figure, but it's going to hurt a lot of people's enjoyment of the figure just because of that. But it is, I will say this, I think it's perfectly fine as it looks good, it's just wrong, and that's kind of the problem. But anyway, accessories, he's got, well, these things come separate, but it's basically a stick and a big old, well, almost look like an engine block, but yeah, these can, well, peg together. There's a specific way you got to do it on this piece, because there is right here, there's a little tab thing on the peg, if it'll focus. Yeah, you see that little tab? This has a little cut notch in the hole, so this goes on a very specific way. But yeah, you got this big old thing, and this can be basically a hammer of sorts, although he just kind of, again, shallow pegs, it's just infuriating. You can hold this, you know, in his hand like this, so it's an unfortunate shallow peg. It's a bit heavy, but his joints, well, his wrist joint not so much, but his arm joints seem to hold it just fine. So you got that. And he also has, well, a null ray, which it is, I believe, double check this, blast effect compatible. Yep, it's blast effect compatible. And you can, they heard the feedback about this, and now they can wield weapons like normal and whatnot, so he can hold this, although again, shallow peg. So you can hold it, or you can still do the War for Cybertron thing and, you know, pop it off there and pop this on instead. Although his arm does look a bit weedy with just the gun on. It looks kind of skeletal, but unfortunately, unlike say Optimus or whatever, there is, as far as I can tell, there's nowhere to store the arm when it's not in use. So that's like, there's no like, I wish there's a slot here. I wish there's like a tab or something, but there's not, unfortunately. I can't figure out any real way for it to store this, so that's a little disappointing, but not the end of the world. So yeah, you can do the War for Cybertron thing. The hammer looks a little ridiculous, to be honest, though, because like one, he's holding it at the very tip of it, and huge. The thing is huge. So it's kind of a weird thing, but it is, what it is. So there's that. As for storage, you can store these both on his back, and that also slips on pretty easily. Slips on and off pretty easily. There's 2 peg holes right there on the back, and just peg those in like that. And this, you notice these are offset, so I like to make sure that the offset, so it's like this, like that, and other way if you're going to swap them around, but yeah, there's the weapon storage. It's pretty, yeah. Again, because the shallow pegs, it's like, yeah, they kind of, you have to give a good push for them to go in pretty solid. And even then, they don't take a little lot because again, shallow pegs, which is becoming, I'm noticing that's becoming a bit of main of mine. That's my pet peeve. Everyone else is all in like hollow joints, hollow parts, and whatnot. My thing is the smaller pegs. But anyway. Some articulation stuff, his head, ball joints, so left and right, up and down. You got waggle, all that stuff. These things can adjust if you want, basically here or there, if you want to have those. Arms to do a full 360, although you got to watch the wings. You do outward that far. They have the bicep swivel. There is a double jointed elbow, so he has, full curl. He does have a wrist swivel, which is nice. His waist can swivel, but it's kind of limited due to, I'm just going to pull that off right now because they're going to be in the way. But yeah, the waist can swivel, but only so far because of the shape of his chest. His hips can, because of how he works and everything, he can go really high kick because of his body shape, so that's real nice. Back real far. Outward, you have the full splits. Right there, you have a bit of a thigh swivel right there, and it actually works pretty well, because of the way it's cut. Knees, there's a tab on there because of reasons, but, you get a pretty decent bend with the knee. His toes can go down like this. They frequently go down a lot. The toes frequently fold up like that a lot for me, but you can do that. It looks kind of weird if you do it, but you can. And his ankles can tilt pretty well as well, though there is a bit of exposed stuff, if when you pull it out, but only so far. But hey, there is an ankle tilt, so there's that, which is something some of this line still is lacking. Anyway, some comparisons, real quick. I said I would, but here he is with the Reactivate Starscream. Significantly taller, a bit lankier. So there you got that. Yeah, that's another thing. This panel on mine does not like to stay tabbed in, unfortunately, on that leg. But yeah, you can see, Reactivate Starscream's significantly taller. There you go. Here he is with the Decepticon Gamer Edition, guys, so far. Megatron and Barricade. Look, now you can have a 3-person co-op. Oh, there we go. There we go, that's better. So, yeah. He's a bit shorter than Megatron, which feels about right. Though Megatron's head looks a little small compared to Starscream's here. But there you go. And there's Barricade. I just poked him and he fell over. I don't have the original mold, unfortunately. I thought about buying like the Thrilling 30 Skywarp or something, but And so I decided it's not really worth the money just for the sake of a review, I decided against it, but I don't know, if you want that version of the character, there it is available still, and it's not bad prices either, from what I've seen. So anyway, that's the robot mode. So, getting him into vehicle mode. That's not too difficult. First, you want to take these and just kind of, just straighten those out. Here, you want to open this chest up and open this chest, part of the chest up, and get that all straightened out. The head, that panel the head's on, it kind of come up like this, like that. And you also want to rotate the head and then take the nose cone and bring it around, and this will kind of tab into that. The head will go into here and more or less lie flat. If it will, this is the reason why they claim that. Oh yeah, pull that all the way. I don't know why this is getting stuck. And this will slide in flat in here, and then you can close this over top. At least you're supposed to. It was just, oh, there's that, and you don't rotate the head around. My mistake. I'm confusing with something else. You don't rotate the head around. I forgot. It's my mistake. I'm thinking of another figure. That's what happens. You have a lot of figures pile up. But anyway, then you keep the head like that, and you flatten out, you rotate, and you close that up like that, like so. I'm just going to leave that for now. Back here on the backpack, you want to go ahead and untab that if it hasn't already and kind of bring it out like this. Take these wings and straighten those out. Take these pieces and open these up like so. I open these up like so. And you can open this bit up right here. Take these and fold these out. Close this back up. Rotate these around like so. Full 180. And then bring these around full 180 like this. And make sure to clear those little bits too. Rotate those around like that. Let's leave that backpack up for now, and then you can take the front bit right here, and there's little tabs right here. You can see there's little slots right in there. There's little tabs on the little shoulder bits that go into those. Just push those down. Make sure they're like that. And that bit's right there. That's done, more or less. And then right here, what you want to do with the arms here is you want to take them. They're on these little hinges. You want to bring them down on these hinges and bring them forward on that hinge like that. So they're sitting like that. Rotate this up like so. And bring this down on this hinge like that, and rotate this up. So, and then right here, what you want to do with the arms is use those double hinges like this. So they look like that. You see that? And they look like this on this side too. And then rotate those in at those hinges like so. And also, this is not exactly made clear. There's little notches right here in the forearms. You see that? There's little notches, there's little tabs right here. They're going to tab together and they're going to go those notches, hopefully. Sometimes the clearance is a little weird on mine. I don't know why, but it just doesn't want to notch in sometimes. And I have to do some stuff to get it to notch. Okay, that one notched, the other one has not. Okay, they both notch. And then you tab together like that. That's the nicest it's ever been. Usually it fights me about notching. I have to like push something right there. But anyway, those notch in like that. And that's pretty much that done. You can keep that out of the way for now. Now down here at the legs, what you want to do is fold the toes in if one of them hasn't already. You want to take this panel and open that up and then untab this and then bring this down. There's a double hinge in there. You want to bring this down and that tab will go into that little notch right there, if you can see that. Yeah. And that will go in like so, and yeah, like that. And then this panel right here, there's a slot here, which will go in this tab right here on the thigh, like that. And you bring out this wing right here, like that, just straightened out like that. And then, same thing on this side. Open this panel up. This one's harder to open. Open this panel up. Bring, rotate the knee so the tab's clear of this tab's clear of the knee pad. Bring it down and straighten that out and bring it down this double hinge right here. Make sure that all lines up like that. Make sure it's fully seated in like that. Bring this up and tab that in, and then bring this wing out like so. And then make sure the legs are sitting straight like so. And then you can go ahead and take the backpack and bring it down. And there's a couple slots on the inside of the leg, which will go in these tabs will go into like so. And like so. And make sure to give it all a good push. Make sure it's all sitting properly. And yeah, make sure it's all sitting correctly. And then there you go. There's Starscream in his vehicle mode. Okay, yeah, so the vehicle mode. A lot of people have called this out as also being very inaccurate to the game, which is half right. I'll explain, but as a whole, you can see it's not a bad-looking Cybertronian jet thingy. I mean, again, just like the original game, guys, it kind of vaguely is reminiscent of the Cybertron Seekers, or Cybertron Starscream, I should say, which, is not a bad thing, because that's actually a pretty cool design, and hey, it looks like we're getting a new one, so hey. But yeah, it's people have noted it kind of feels a bit long, and here's what's going on. So what people most remember is the version when you're flying around in the game. The thing is, when you're vehicle mode in the game, there's kind of like two vehicle modes. So you got one that's kind of more stubby and everything when you're just flying around, hovering and shooting stuff. But when you use the boost, it transforms and elongates. And I think, if I recall, this is closer to what it looks like when it's boosting, for the most part. Closer. I don't think it's quite correct, but it's closer. So that's the thing. That's what for some reason they decided to go emulate that version. There's also concept art which shows the boosting version. So it seems they decided to emulate this version, the boosting version of the jet, and not the one you mostly remember from, going around and shooting stuff. And so it's accurate to the part that people don't remember as well. So also one time on my mind, I swear it looks like it's almost like it's kind of bowing or something, but it's not bowing, as bowing as in the thing's kind of but it's not. But it looks kind of like it. There's a weird thing. Also, this is bowing the cockpit. And I don't remember it doing that, but I think it does that. That's just how it does things. But yeah, it just feels like it's, yeah. So it's, again, it is accurate to a version of the game, but it's just not the version of the jet that people wanted. The people wanted the stubbier version. Also, on top of that, you can just see the hands and head just chilling out underneath. And it's kind of obvious, like from the underneath, like how he transforms and everything. So I don't know. And you can see just gaps and stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's just something about it is kind of is a little beyond just, accuracy. It's just kind of a little, just beyond accuracy. There's something about it, just kind of a little, just a little disappointing. It's not like it's terrible, but it's not ideal, honestly, for what I want. So I don't know. It's okay, I guess, but I kind of feel like there could have been better. And maybe I'm for one. I think maybe just part of it is just I would have preferred the more squished up version because it's so elongated. I feel like there could have been a way for them to do something modern and kind of the more squished version that everyone remembers anyway. So there's that. But anyway, for weapon storage again, you can use the same ports as you did before. You can use these ports as well. Either one of these. You can use these ports. For the weapons. And again, it will look a little ridiculous because now you got this massive anti-aerodynamic block right there on the jet. But you can do that if you want. I don't like to want to do that, so I'm not going to. But that's weapon storage. And yeah, of course, once again, if you really want to... These are totally, blast effect compatible on the back, so you can have the, whooshing if you want. There's that. And because of the way the wings work, you do have hinging, so you can adjust those a little bit. Although if you adjust them down, the things like that, you can see what it does, the plastic. So I would advise not to bring them down, but you can bring them up a bit and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just, even though I think it is kind of more accurate than people give it credit for, because, it's the wrong mode, it's still kind of disappointing as a whole. And I guess you could kind of bring those down if you want a little bit to do stuff. Because, yeah, I'm sure if it's supposed to be sticking out straight or just down like this. Almost looks better down, but, there's your thing. So, some comparisons real quick. Again, here's the reactivate Starscream. Which again, it's just so much nice. This is such a nice Starscream. So there's that. And here he is with the other Decepticons and the Gamer Edition stuff so far. Although they're both ground vehicles, but yeah, why not? At least Barricade has a good vehicle mode. At least Barricade's got a good vehicle mode, so there's that. So, yeah. So there you go. As a whole. So Starscream here is a weird mixed bag, and I don't know how to really feel about it necessarily. I think a lot of people are leaning more negative than I am, but yeah, the cockpit chest is incorrect. I think it looks fine, but again, I will acknowledge it is incorrect, even though it still looks good. The transformation is kind of clever and interesting to a degree, but then it kind of just stops and you go, oh, and you get to the jet, and it's like, the jet is technically accurate, but not accurate to the version people wanted, and also, somewhat accurate, I should say. There is definitely some differences, obviously, and it kind of just feels, it's very gappy, and just kind of, there's just something lacking about it, so it's just kind of, it's alright, I guess, and there you go. It's just kind of, it's alright, I guess, which is, for the Gamer Edition stuff so far, seems to be kind of the bar to clear, is it alright? And, I don't know. It's better than Barricade. It's, I guess, kind of better than, maybe a smidge better than Megatron. Optimus is still the gold standard, which nothing has matched yet. So there, it's I don't know. It's just another in the so far Gamer Edition being kind of not quite what we were hoping for. I mean, yeah, it's $35 if you want him, but I would suggest kind of maybe holding off for him to go on discount before you're going to pick him up. So there you go. I hope you found this review informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social medias at the end of the video and at the description down below. Check out my Ko-Fi and my Patreon. And I shall see you next time with another video review.